Hey guys, it's your Creative Queen. Welcome to Create with Creative Queen, home of Tutorial Tuesday. Before we dive into today's fun, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you'll never miss a new tutorial. From cakes and cookies to foam projects and treats, we've got everything to spark your creativity. Let's get creative and make something amazing together. Hey guys, so we are back and it's Tuesday. It's been a while since I've been able to put a Tutorial Tuesday out. They normally come a little bit later, but today I am on time. We are going to make this envelope/card box. Great for Mother's Day, Easter, Valentine's Day, which is already passed, birthdays, graduations, guys. So this is pretty versatile. You can change up your design and use it for multiples. I will let you know, guys, you have 4 pieces to this template. There are two pages that you need to set aside. So we're either going to work with our inside first or we're going to work with our outside first. And I want you to understand that that's important because these inside pieces or the outside pieces are basically going on the back or the front of each other. So you don't want to adhere everything to the foam first. You want to set the inside pieces aside and maybe start with the outside pieces. And that'll make sense, hopefully, when you're watching this video. But I don't want you to move ahead and adhere everything to the foam and then you've wasted prints. So we're going to put our outside panel on first and we're going to then cut it out and we're going to flip over our outside panel and put our inside piece on. Or you are going to do your outside panels for everything on foam and set aside your inside panels. It'll make more sense once you do it once or twice, but it's important to make sure that you remember that so you just don't blow ahead in the video and wind up having to reprint. So I hope that makes sense. So we've got our outside panel on. I'm going to squeegee down, wipe my hand down to make sure I don't have any bubbles. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece out and I'm going to put my inside panel on the back side of the foam. So if you guys follow me, you know that I am a stickler for gloves on the hand. I also am going to use a box cutter. It's a Hyper Tough from Walmart. And I also am going to use a ruler with a cork backing. Hobby Lobby foam and these glossy adhesive prints do tend to make your ruler slide. So to get better grip and traction, use a cork backing ruler and then it won't slide around on your design. Then you can get a cut, nice clean straight line. If you notice, guys, that you have to go through more than once, it's time to change that blade because a nice clean cut should go through with the first try. So that's a little tip. Go ahead and cut this out. Then we're going to flip it over and we're going to put our inside image on. All right, now we're ready to put the inside image on. Guys, you can cut this piece out with a pair of scissors or you can lay it down on your counter, use a ruler and cut it out with the box cutter, either way. But you want to make sure that it's nice and ready to go on to the back of your design. So go ahead and line that up. And then we are going to go ahead and peel that back and stick it on. Remember to smooth it down with your squeegee, and then we're going to move on to the next steps. All right, guys, so again, for the purposes of this video and for all your projects moving forward with this template, go ahead and grab your outside pieces. So we're working outside in. We're going to grab our outside design and we're going to cut them out. And then we're going to adhere them to the foam. We're going to place our inside designs somewhere so we don't accidentally put them on. But go ahead and do all your outside pieces first. And then we're going to add our inside pieces. So we're doing the outside facing part of the envelope right now. And then we will move on. All right, guys, so now I'm going to prep a lot more of the design so we can start piecing things together. So I'm going to take the inside base piece and I'm going to get it on a piece of foam. I am going to set aside the inside panels again because those are not ready to be put on, but I'm just going to kind of prep and cut everything as I normally would to prepare for a video. But I wanted you guys to see what it looks like all on print. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut things out and get them on foam, and then we're going to go ahead and cut everything and put it together. So I'm going to speed this portion of the video up. We are literally just placing things on the foam with the exception of those inside panels, guys. All right, guys, you know when that ruler and that glove come out, it is time to cut. So let's go ahead and cut these outside panels out so that we can put the inside pieces on as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut, lining it up. Remember, straight, nice, clean cuts. All right, guys, so now that we've got those cut out, you want to make sure that you have them facing in the right direction. So your flowers should be facing in the right direction. Clean up any excess. There's a little bit of white on here, but I'm going to clean up my area because it's getting a little too crowded for me. So we're going to cut that little bit of white off, and then we are going to adhere the back pieces. So again, you can cut this with scissors or you can cut it with your box cutter and your ruler. I'm just going to trim it down so that I'm cutting off on 3 sides all the white space. So you're trimming it down so that we can just adhere it and you won't have any of that on your foam. So again, line it up, make sure that it fits perfectly, and then you're just going to hold it down. Do your best to hold it down. There's a little bit of white on there. You're going to go ahead and hold it down, lift one of the corners, and adhere it to your foam. And then repeat the same process for the other piece. All right, guys, so both pieces are done. Again, clean up some space so that you have a clean area to work with. And we are almost done. We are going to cut out the remaining pieces and start to piece this together. So we're going to cut out the base piece, the envelope piece that's going to be facing front. So again, I put it on a piece of foam that was bigger than the design. So I'm going to cut off the excess white space around the entire design. All right, guys, we have prepped everything. We are ready to assemble. So go ahead and grab all your pieces, get them in one place. What we're going to do is we're going to lay our design with the outside panel facing down. Your inside panel should be facing up. And we're just going to start our gluing process. So I'm starting on my left. I've got my outside design facing out, my inside design facing to the right, inside. And we're just going to start by putting that left panel on. Okay, so make sure that you're clean with your glue, you're wiping off your edges. It should line up perfectly along the side and from top to bottom. Okay, and we're just going to make sure. What I like to do, guys, before I assemble anything or test any template is I'm going to try my pieces before I glue them down. You should definitely get in the habit of it because your printer settings can totally change something. So you always want to double check and line it up. For whatever reason, this is supposed to be 8 inches wide, but it was 8.25. So I am cutting off the piece. I've checked the template. The template is at 8. So we are good to go on the template side, but for whatever reason, this printed out differently. So I am just adjusting that right now, which is why I say test everything before you put a piece of glue on your product. So now we are good to go, guys, and I'm going to just make sure that I put my other side on. So I'm adding the glue to the part that is going to face down, and we're then going to put our bottom panel on. Always keep a little piece of foam nearby just in case so I can wipe off any excess glue without burning my fingers off. And you guys want to clean that glue up while it's wet. It's just easier. Make sure we line up properly. And then we're going to put our bottom piece on now, guys. So the bottom piece, you want your purple design or whatever design you use to be on the inside. So the bottom will be white. The inside will be whatever color you put on there. So I'm just making sure that it fits perfectly. And I'm going to add my glue to the bottom. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue to each side. And then we're going to slide it in. Do this very carefully, guys. Go ahead and hold it for a little while to make sure that it dries, and then clean off any excess and make sure your corners are lined up. We're now going to grab the front of the envelope, and that should line up perfectly if you've glued everything the way you're supposed to. We're going to go ahead and add glue to the left-hand side, across the bottom, and up across the right. Guys, if your glue gun can't do this, don't do this. Mine, I know how long and how far I can go with my glue before it starts drying up. I'm using a high temp heat gun, so I know that I have time to do that entire surface before it starts drying. Once you do that, guys, go ahead and line it up. Make sure that everything is even. There are no excess glue pieces anywhere. and you are good to go. You've created another beautiful foam project, and this one is a Mother's Day envelope gift box. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. Have a great day.